For God's sake. Cake up on defense.
TL
Liquid
on
on
the
attack.
KC
Kafito,
on
thank
the
you so much for the
defense.
tier
Big
1.
proactive start from KC over towards C, and well, we can already see where Liquid are going.
Yeah, actually, 2 members of KC tucked in. May you be gonna dig their heels in? Paranoia sent through, doesn't catch anything on the front lines at least, but Martin gonna be in a position to backstab
Dude, they got
this.
everyone here.
Yeah, look at Camo here. How much value? He's still standing.
Yeah.
This is kind
He's
of
the
nice
only
from
one
Cake Up.
standing.
Again, I don't like the
1v3.
harbor, but I do like the harbor stuff they do, if that makes sense.
Kick off the pistol. I mean, he's got the 1v2 here, and they're lined up, but Martin's the one to find the third. To kick things off here on Lotus. In KC, I've timed this perfectly, right? I think maybe there's a feeling that Liquid are ahead of the rotation. There's not going to be somebody peeking through onto the
Every
backside
single
of the
one.
smoke.
Yeah.
Everything's
But,
actually
I
working
mean,
out.
Nats comes through. You can see he's got to check basically both directions immediately.
Yeah. Brutal.
You and me. You and me.
I don't know that
What song?
one.
Yeah, what song is
I
that?
don't know that one.
Ask
don't
us
know
in
it.
chat. Tweet us. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know, man. We got to find out.
3-0 on the
Baffled.
pistols.
Liquid gonna
Camo
be
gets the
just
sheriff,
with
that's
the
it.
sheriff on Camo. Beyond that, it is classic. So farming time at the zoo.
Ooh, at the
That was a
zoo.
bold approach. I'm gonna be
Zoo?
honest. I was
Doug,
gonna say it's because everyone's
the
doing
gun.
100 men against a gorilla. You know what I mean?
Getsu doesn't back away from
Wait, she's in chat, right?
engagements, man.
Doesn't just randomly done that.
It's hardwired into him.
I'ma shoulder it. I'ma hold this.
I'm a shoulder in it. I'm full body swinging. I'm crouched on top of the box, man.
I got him. Little bit worrying because Kiko's now got himself a guardian, and they've probably got a plant on B here. Oh, do you go together? 3, 2, 1 it.
Planted.
Ah, dude, this is a...
Feel
Feel
nice.
good.
Yeah, this
Feel
is...
good. Okay.
I do like this, though. I
that
felt like they had to
line.
reinforce this over towards here at the moment.
Okay,
There's too
got a
many
bit of a
people
reveal
in...
on the right. Camo's got Martine. Hold on, this is all going upside down. Oh dear, it's 2 left. Sadak and Elite. Where are the positions on these two?
Dude, the wall gives them so
Sat
much
up
space.
towards
That's
heaven.
nice, no?
Playing on the back
If anything,
of
the
the wall,
harbor will
kind
help
of
you.
dice this up.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
not the
dear,
harbor
We've
wall.
had a nightmare.
That is not
Hey,
the
safe
harbor
card
wall.
drifting
That's
all
for
the
sure.
wrong
We
ways.
have the isolated gun. They
Again,
pick up the
I mean, this isn't even
isolated
right,
gun.
also,
That's a
yes, he
really
gives
rough
away
one. They
the
lose to a
upgrade, but
sheriff.
Again, just
And
to
that's
come back
it.
to that, it's a guardian.
Mortism,
It's a
hello, mate.
very
Good doing,
you,
mate,
bro.
bro. Thanks so much for the prime.
Very
Appreciate the
committed
14 months.
position.
Good to see you, mate. Thank you for that.
And the problem being is where the second layer of that setup is outside A. If you can't retrieve that guardian or at least stop Liquid from advancing any further, that's when it becomes awkward. I'm fine with the open
The harbor,
engagement.
it's my fault
Sure,
for
you've
saying I
lost
like
it,
the stuff that
shrug
they
it
do
off,
with the
but
harbor, even though I
to
don't
give
like the
rifle
harbor.
away
Because
completely,
they end up just giving them a
that's the issue.
pathway to make sure you can properly trade your teammate that's over towards here.
It's not. Well, I guess
Force
it
them
was
down
the
to an
start. They
eco,
really
got
ruined the
triple
phrase,
sheriff,
didn't they?
that's
It is the
it.
start
But
they
we got
wanted,
Outlaw
not
that can one-shot
the
everyone.
second start they wanted. Feel like Mitch
the start they
trying to make a
needed.
sentence. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, we've got a bit of a stack here.
Okay, that's
it's
info though. Spotted 2
quite a
more.
few players over there. Like
Wait, now
that.
they get their own
I
gun.
remember we used to do it in the game that shall not be named, Counter-Strike, obviously. There was like, no one can remember who it was.
What's the
infamously.
point
I
in
swear
saying
it
it
was,
shan't
like,
be named?
Fnatic at one point, old Fnatic. Just literally, or maybe it was Virtus Pro? Don't know. I'm yapping because this round shouldn't go anywhere, but seeing the last one, who knows? Camo's already got ult ready, taking a lot of space towards A, and if they'd seen how many were stacked there, I don't think they got the full picture.
Aston,
but
thank you so much.
they've noted some
Appreciate
part
the
of it.
21
They'll know
months.
they've got a
Thank you
pretty
for that.
safe plant. Post
Watching
plant
America's
util
also for sure.
is sorted.
We want to look for a couple of these kills potentially. And Camo's already got his ultimate.
Who is
maybe
worse than
looking towards
anti-ecos?
Patsec as
K-Cup
well.
or
He's made decent
EDG?
progress
EDG, take that easy.
in the first 2 rounds. KC slowed down on their approach. I don't really think they have anything to really propel forward off here, even with the weapon upgrade for Sadak.
Paper X are probably a solid third.
They're probably conscious
Maybe
they don't
second.
want to
Depends,
give
I'll
away
put
any
Paper
more
X
progress.
above K-Cup on
Give
that.
this one up to the spike.
Yeah.
And after round 2 being flipped, you don't really want to give any further advantages.
No. There we go. So. opting for
Alexander,
the
hello mate. How
easier
we
way
doing?
out, I
Thanks
guess,
so much
in
for the
that
prime as
regard,
well.
and as you
Appreciate
said,
the
just trying to
21
min-max
months. Thank you for that.
the advantage that Liquid would get away with, and at this point, their money's going to start to swell. You know,
Was
for Liquid, they've
EDG
got to be
bad
happy
today?
about how this is looking.
It is a
KC,
solid mix of. To
That
be honest,
second round might haunt them.
It's a
I'm
little bit toxic,
worried.
but
Now,
honestly, I
they've
thought
got a
both
bye
teams
here,
were pretty
right?
bad
so
today,
this should be where
but
everything's
someone's gotta
fine.
win.
We're not going to have Sugetsu just
Return
on
to
a box.
normalcy. Yeah?
A bold statement, isn't it?
Okay.
Good at all.
Is it?
What?
It shouldn't be.
Don't make...
It shouldn't be.
See, I don't mind Martin here. This is fine. He has a little TP. Off he pops. No problems. Sadak forced away with the paranoia. Gonna make himself a little cubby to play from, and the ult's gonna come in. Camo unleashes, gonna dive on in, have a look, finds nothing, and then spotted. Spots out Sadak. Very well done here. Controlling the space beautifully until Martin makes a... I mean, it was a hero play, but it'd been nice if someone else had tried to swim with him at the same time, but it felt a little bit disjointed.
I think Deadlock's crazy strong right now.
Final response, but it's Kiko now to put Sugetsu
So
up
annoying
against the
to play
ropes.
against.
A 1v3, yes, two members
Fez
tagged
FPS,
up, you
thank
can
you so much
already
for the
see.
prime. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
Happy to try and hold on to the rifle here. Liquid will find their third. Again, a situation
Did
where...
I comment on Mike's HD being removed?
Yes, there's a
Not
window
really.
opportunity, like you
I said
for
it was
somebody
short,
else to
and I
swing
don't know who they
alongside
pick up.
Martin on the flash, but there's a lot of pressure coming towards backside. So you got to credit Liquid in that regard.
Yeah.
Again, Serial's, but this is, sorry, not Serial, Camo's able to get so deep in towards site there. I think there's maybe a couple of question marks.
So you're saying I should play Deadlock in ranked? I mean, Deadlock should be good in ranked,
about how
but
to approach. Maybe in the chaos.
maybe play it a bit like you would a Sage, I guess. I'm trying to think of how the best to
Maybe
play
a
it in
throwaway
ranked
round
is.
as well, with the ultimate being invested.
Just don't play it like a natural Sentinel, I guess.
See, Sadak, probably
Play it more
desperate
like
to
a
get out here,
Sage,
but
like
he
block off an
actually ends up
area once
positioning
they take
himself in
somewhere and then
between those two
rotate.
smokes, so
Yeah.
The
without
same
really
thing
any
for the whole game,
assistance in
Cameron,
that
okay?
regard.
You're doing very good.
I guess that's the game plan. Do the same thing for the rest of the game. You're doing really good.
To just
No
queue with a
changes.
Smurf shot.
That's it.
Do that.
The only
It's like
change here,
Xbox.
a booker.
One can get one
Aye.
shot again.
I hate shotguns. I hate Odins.
They've got guns.
I hate it all. No, I don't stop. Oh, it's rewarded.
Why can't that be one of the situations where the observers are somewhere else altogether?
Wait,
Because I was
what
too
the hell?
talented.
Dude, that's so unlucky for Elite. I mean, I guess he's running into the angle,
Well,
but...
okay, Martin's blind, so they are going to be able to
No,
get. Oh my god!
thank you. Thank you for
Dude,
trading that.
if he had another Bucky here, this would have been
Let's
an
do
easy
this.
round.
Yeah, still got the rifle as well. Kiko eager to try and respond, but at least settle for the plant
Prowlers
here.
too.
Cage triggered.
Okay. This is very doable. You got Haunt, Prowler.
Abbas can get towards the rifle as well, yeah, because
Yeah.
they have to retreat towards tree.
Daskin, stop baiting me.
Ah, but Kiko's reposition is filth. I love it.
Don't make
It
me
may
address
not
that.
work out, but I actually like the idea of it. But now it's on Nats in a 1v2. Committed on the angle.
Ooh,
I thought there was a
okay.
second.
Well,
I thought
I'm
there
the
was a
Bucky.
little bit of a spray transfer chance, not to be diffused
Bucky
there. Beautifully done by KC
actually
coming
wins
back
the
in.
round.
Again, I guess it looks different if they're rewarded on that reposition, but I don't mind it. Make a go of it, but especially after the Prowler cleared. But again, well, Bucky's are back in, I guess, Mike.
Oh,
So
last 2 bullets.
Yeah, well, you can see there Actually, yeah, was that Nat finding that one through the door? Onto Elite, yeah. Beautiful response found, but Bucky noted, then rewarded with a second, which feels
I mean, it was a
pretty
good wall for him to
uncomfortable.
get
Again, Liquid probably gonna
close
wanna
distance.
Charge towards site and
1,
isolate
2,
Sadak, but
okay, 3.
It's not pretty work.
It's a
Gets the
big
job
round.
done
3
regardless.
people can't buy for K-Corp, 1 can't buy next for Liquid, so important round. I can definitely see these odds for K-Corp on
Liquid
this.
spread a little thinner this time around. No real, I mean, other than Sugetsu, but there hasn't been much focus put towards controlling Rubble on the side of KC. They're happy to hold a little deeper. Because whether or not Liquid going to identify that and want to kind of play with that a little bit. So maybe
what's
look.
going on towards. Well,
Wow.
Camo caught Elite. Probably it feels like somewhat unawares. Maybe an
Nah, I think
isolated
it's just a
approach, yes,
straight up
from
drill.
Camo, but still caught him over towards that mini. And now the reclaim.
that was nice.
Drop off. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's literally 3 people that
I
they
like the
see.
intention as well from KC.
So then
just
they
clearing that
wait, they
space,
take
trying to at least
map
trade
control.
back
This
in,
is
right?
nice.
Keep
They
it
got
as
very
4v4.
good timing on
Awareness
this
actually, though,
reclaim.
'cause look what the
Especially with the
response is from
pressure over
Liquid.
towards there.
Now obviously going to be sniffed out by Martin and the ult,
I
but
know exactly.
straight away coming across here, neural theft invested will
Ah,
give
dude, Sugetsu's
Liquid
gonna get
all of the
wrecked now.
information they need
Yeah, and that's
and the
back
kills they
on
need.
Phantom. Yeah, he hits those. Don't worry about it. And nah, Sadak's not going to find the
Dude,
shot on
they
Serial,
won two straight up
the red carpet
angels.
rolled out.
Where honestly, I
Leaving
feel like
Martin,
K-Corp maybe had the
ult
advantage
didn't
as well.
make it far enough, really. So he's got very few options. It's time to keep that rifle.
Potato enough? Too much? Just right? Oh no, they did way too much, bro. They killed
Gonna
it.
fancy his chances here in the 1v4.
But it's okay. It was getting a little bit boring
Yeah,
anyway.
actually credit on both sides. The timing for Martin to invest the ultimate, to check outside C, maybe come... I didn't actually see where it ended up fizzling out, but maybe a soft check towards B as well. But as soon as the neural theft comes through, like I said on the other side, Liquid make the absolute right decision in re-clearing that space outside rubble. Because immediately, what the Elite and Arvez straight back inside B. There's a Prowler invested outside B main.
Yeah.
Almost anticipating Liquid's pivot to be in that direction. 4-2 now. Wouldn't really say on either side there's...
Oh, I mean, that's a fast turn.
Yeah, I was just checking. Yeah,
Yeah. Fair enough.
Again, with an extra body towards 3 there, if you're gonna.
Ten said it was a
invest
spot
that
on
flash out
NAF. Do you think
after
it should
winning the
have?
injury
Do
encounter
you think he
towards
should have a voice
Camo.
for balance changes? Personally, no. Again, he would just make
little
Duelist incredible.
strange.
Yeah, and it's
So,
strange enough that it feels that
It's
KC
definitely an
gone for
over
early
NAF. I think
timeout.
anyone who says it's an
Coming in at round
over NAF
7
is
Money's in a bit of a shaky spot too. You got some players sitting down on like
shouldn't be
1.6
trusted,
after a
man.
shared purchase, 2.3,
Basically.
3.1 for Stadak, and obviously the 2 rifles that were remaining. But well, sorry, I think it was the 1 rifle on Martin remaining. But again, you're looking at the kind of filtering of how this has gone. There was the first round that obviously went
yeah.
to
This
KC,
was rough for them. 3 people that have to
3
eco after
unanswered
losing
for
it.
TL. Overall, Liquid is starting to look quite solid here. It's still competitive though, right, Mike? It's still a back and forth series, but it's certainly starting to pivot in Liquid's favor.
Yeah, whether or not
The missiles are crazy cheap though. Mate, you have 2 missiles.
Fantastic, right?
But like, what am I meant to do? Why am I playing an agent that has 2 missiles? What am I doing?
Liquid and I guess how to address that on
I
the
got
side
nothing
of
else.
KC. It's not as clear cut as Icebox was. And whether actually Liquid are going to continue to benefit in terms of intention, I guess. There's no real set pieces coming
Like
out.
if you think the sky enough was bad, right? We went from like 4 flashes down to 2. We went from 6 salvos down to 2. Like it's worse than the sky enough.
So opportunities the next few rounds at least.
Okay, so
I have a third of what I
1
was
hero
doing.
rifle still on Martin. Fast pressure towards Zadak, who's being, I don't want to say bullied here, but Camo's been kind of keeping him in check. Now this is where it gets tricky.
Oh my
although
god.
good
I mean, no
spacing
matter
to
what,
make sure
that's
it's
getting
traded
traded
in
out,
on,
I
but
guess.
I don't know if that was the optimal way to do it, but it's got them the sight. You got the post plant now with the deadlock, utility facilitating the safety of it all. And Martin has to be the big kind of man to lead the way back in. And look how close they're playing ult.
Dude,
not
every
to be
ult.
had. Trade though, Liquid
No way.
turning up the pacing again. The second it gets a bit closer, they all fight together. Liquid on the same page, it looks like. Leaving to get to an
Liquid
elite.
correct.
Try and locate these remaining players. Yes, they've got a good shout towards the 2 of them, probably up towards that heaven side. Stunning from Elite, but again, numbers now just
Still low. I feel like the
sitting
eco wasn't too
comfortably
bad.
with Liquid, and
Okay, let's see what
that's
K-Corp want to
finding
do
its
on this
time
one
in the
because
smoke.
they're losing quite a few rounds.
Comfortable the word as well in terms of the purchase now. Liquid have a massive buffer. About the ultimates. Coming online, Kiko obviously got his now. The other side of things, KC. Yes, no, I'm not sure. I'm seeing the same sort of approach here as we saw on Icebox. It's
That's so outrageous, man.
disjointed earlier on with
It's so
retake
outrageous.
towards B. That's certainly how it feels. Even
Can Liquid
some
get
of the
number 1
downtime
seed if
of
they
these
win this? Yeah.
rounds. A kind of lazy clearance from Elite and Arvez outside rubble previously. Early TP though, committed from Kiko.
Oh yeah, into the big buy round. I
Able
like
to
this though. Drags
Maybe
everyone
create some
away.
question
Means
marks
that you
for
have
KC.
He's certainly
easier
drawn
sites
them
to
away
hit
from that
over
B site
towards.
for a second or two, hasn't it? Elite, very aware of someone
Oops.
could be behind them. Wall now triggered. But luckily, you got the waylay there who could just get
Shot.
over the top. Beautiful shot
Dude,
from
nice
Camo.
trade.
A great follow-up from Serial. They have the bodies, they have the
This is
spacing,
a
they
nice
have
one
the
from
sight.
Liquid.
And let alone the TP taken earlier by Kiko. And now it all lines up.
Ah,
This
looks
is a
so
save.
hard
This
for.
is an instant
Looks so
save.
hard for K-Corp.
That's Martin and
This was a
Arvez
nice
whether or
round
not
though
they're
from
even
Liquid,
gonna
to be
able
fair.
Find an exit or two. Nats has already repositioned himself outside.
B spam's
rubble.
been a lot of B, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Arvez and Martin are going to move from these positions, to be honest with you. And
What
what
a
the
little checkmate of a round.
yeah, what the response coming out of the timeout. ultimately is, because we talked about how beneficial it was for them on Ice. I'm about to say Split there. Split was, well, a week ago.
Quite some time ago.
Yeah. Having said that, well, they're going to be dug out of these positions now. Yeah, Liquid have got the money. They can throw a few bodies at this.
Financially, yeah. Absolutely should do.
Yeah,
dude, you
15
ain't saving
Praying
this.
for his life. Nice little sidestep. I can't live
Lovely
forever though,
Omen
but you're
flash
looking
as
at the
well.
cash, as said, for TL. They got banked for days. They're happy with this. But I've got to say, that B hit was beautifully choreographed. Very impressive. Just super clean on the way in.
Another situation where Camo is able to, again, extend a little bit than where you would see traditionally with a jet dash. And I can't even say that
Which means
that's,
better to
throwing
keep
off
the
crosshair
Terror
placements
missiles
enough to cause problems for
rechargeable.
KC, but they
I don't. The
almost
thing
have
is
to
now
just
they've gone a weird
concede that
route,
initial
so
wave of pressure.
like
We're not
once
seeing
they've
the
done
response
something, they
back
normally
from
don't go
KC.
back. So I think to like
Well, I
buff
guess a
it, they're
coordinated
gonna have to do
response,
some
but
other
whether or
weird
not actually
route
answering,
because
polishing their B retake in general.
they've already done it where you've like separated them,
Well,
so you
they're
can
gonna
have
start
2 in the
coming up
after
against it now.
plant,
This
and then
does
if
feel
you
like
add
that pivot
another
point of, do
3
we
in the
actually
after
get much
plant,
of a
that's
game
too
on our
much.
hands, or
So now it's like
does
some
it
weird
fizzle
area
out?
that they're in.
As it stands, the attention's turned towards the C site now, so
Yeah,
looking
I
to
don't
try
really
and
know
show
what they're
some of
gonna
that
do.
versatility. And the only one really drawing blood is Sadak. We haven't seen anyone else find that big impact. Oh, that felt like they could have lined up there. They didn't in the end. Elite only going to get Palitek down, but bring it to a 1v3.
Elite going to be tested here. His position revealed. The audio cue at least, but 3 members of Liquid to try and dig out an awkward plant, so they almost have to stay committed to some degree. There's a little bit more utility for Elite to try and navigate through.
Here has ult again, yeah.
Oh, that's
Every
tough.
buy
This
round at the
Pokemon
moment,
plant
K-Corp have
is
got to come up
so
against some kind of
brutal.
ult.
Yeah, really is.
Oh, endless amounts of util to put on there. And credit to where it's due. Liquid looking very solid here. I can't fault it. There's nothing that I can particularly fault about how they're approaching this. Ult back in for Camo. Serial's got his.
Yo, oh yeah, we should have got Fio on.
It's
Dude,
all
everything was
lining
just
up.
going
This
wrong
has
with the
to be a
stream
huge
there. I
round
didn't
for
even think about
KC.
it.
This has to be pretty much all the marbles for them, at least on this half.
He's on he's in another country at the moment, though, right?
Let's see whether I heard the little cue there for the replay, but
Yeah,
I thought
Noah's
maybe
got
we were
mic
going to get a
break.
little,
Available? Okay,
little
yeah.
snippet,
No,
but it
just
was
heavy
just
breathing.
heavy breathing. Heavy breathing intensifies. But
Okay,
yeah,
another
certainly
big
round
buy
living
round
here.
for K-Corp, and
Pacey. Oh, and Nats got Sadak down as
dude,
well.
Nats,
I
Nats
thought
gets the
KC
op
were
out. Dude,
looking
he's
to
been
be
doing this a
straight
little
for the
bit,
trap here. They
getting
had
the op
4
out.
players, Mike. They look ready to go, and they've just been dismantled.
And a wide swing from Nats with the operator as well. Liquid continuing as they have done. Cut sound
I just
now.
feel like K-Corp are a little. I mean, they
Forcing
got
KC
caught
to a
off by the
position to
Omen
maybe
ult.
send
They're
out a
almost
fact
like
finder or
in a
two.
position.
Prowler sent out, nothing
Yes.
spotted towards rubble.
Even though
Still got
Liquid
that camera in
historically
place. It's
have
finally dealt with now, and I think
fought
that's
pretty
what you
good into
see.
these areas.
Maybe the green light, but anticipating a rotation on the back of dealing with camera, we can see on the minimap though that's not the case, Thorin.
Oh, this is nice. The fake on the other side, but they're not falling for it just yet. They needed more to sell them, and they're just posting smokes down there for nobody to receive. I mean, it is
Yeah,
now
this is gonna be
being
interesting.
seen by Padatek,
We definitely got to see how
but
much
this is good. This
space
is a right
Padatek takes
call
there.
from KC. Maybe
Because
just
he could
understanding
definitely
the
call him
intentions
back.
that
They
Liquid
still
would
have
like
enough
these kind of
time
dump
here.
pumps, those kind of like slow down
Triggers the
fakes.
wall, but they
This is a
invest.
good shout.
Problem is that
Now
they
they're
fake
in
the
the right
wall
place,
here, but
but
they
you've
also
still got
put
2
the
players.
smoke
It's
in
not
here
an
at the same
advantage, but
time.
it's the best you're
So
gonna get.
the
And they're
3, it's
unawares
gonna
of
hit
it,
the
but
smoke and
Sirius
feel like they have a
clears
good
the back of the
chance.
site. The ult gets unleashed, but Sugetsu still survives. His teammate though.
Yeah, he's gonna bait him.
The best way
Oh.
is trying to secure him and save
Oh.
him, but the shorty's on the line.
You can't do that.
Stealing
You
it
could
in
have
the
just
end.
bait
This
him.
is just. This is brutal to witness. Liquid looking a step above.
This is the thing as well. I don't feel like
Obviously
people
now,
have enough
against some
experience
rifles
against
will
the deadlock.
materialise from the funds, but certainly going to be some gaps in terms of the inventory coming in for KC. And yeah, just.
Oh, dude, he
he
whiffed a lot,
man. Try swings to open the round. Rewarded for it.
Dude whiffed like the last 10 bullets. It's crazy.
KC actually, I mean, they guessed right. They have a gamble. The smoke invested towards C to maybe create a little misdirection, but KC stick to their guns.
He was like panicking already in his head, thinking, I need to move over towards the targets, but then
Haven't
it just
seen
didn't
much
break.
in terms of proactivity from KC on the defensive side, but certainly hasn't felt comfortable with a few early round losses that ultimately rely on an opening engagement from Sugetsu, potentially others, and Elite. You see, they're happy to just sit back. And there hasn't really been, well, I'll say it again, much to address Liquid's early rounds. Again, Camo looking to get aggressive onto B though with the ultimate.
Sadak, you're in trouble, mate.
Yeah, spots out one, but it's others to take away
Yeah, the
Serial.
rest of his
This time
team's
he's
here
been
to
good at
save
kind of
him, though.
trading in on this. So Casey finally getting a couple players advantage until now. Liquid's back line, picking up the pace. Kiko with a triple in the end. Sitting on 3, and we need Sugetsu to be on it now. He's had some hot and cold moments throughout this series. Icebox, brutal to witness here. Couple of off moments for him. Now he's got to navigate his way past 2. Nats to the right, Kiko
Double
to the left,
swing.
a 3,
Yeah.
2,
Lovely
1
little
swing. It
double
ain't
swing on
going out
this.
of their hands. Liquid so locked
Dude,
in
there's
here.
so much
Gotta
B
say,
spam at
Casey
the moment.
looked
They're
like
getting
they were ready
wrecked
for
on
map 2,
B.
but
At
getting
least
to map
K-Corp tried
3,
something a little bit
it's
different
just
here with
not
everyone to try fast flood, but
No, like I said, we haven't seen that same sort of step change. Oh, actually, Liquid even being knocked off their momentum. Has felt as if they've had a lot of freedom to set up how they want to in these rounds. Whether or not KC have... I mean, I don't know.
How can they not
it's
retake B?
even
Are they
really
using that Omen Flash early or something?
discussion at all. It's KC
Let's look at the
lost out
Omen
some of these
Flash.
early rounds, as I said, and after that, I've just been happy to kind of sit back and react to what Liquid are doing.
I like this
Another-
change up from Kiko.
well, I'd
he
say awkward
he
moment
ults
potentially here
he
from
ults
Martin,
next to
but-
himself as well because last round he had so much impact that they're
Bit of
now
question
searching
mark
for him,
repeatedly, and now with the
and they take the
weaponry
free
towards the
space
end of
with
this
it.
half, you
They got
assume Liquid are
way
gonna
too
continue
many
to,
rounds
well,
of double
try and
Sentinel.
punish this. Martin rewarded this time around.
Lovely little 1-2 between them. Attention drawn away. Arvez desperate to hold on.
Shots though, man,
Huge
the
impact
Guardian's
this
so
round,
satisfying to watch.
leaving Kiko in the 1v.
Oh no!
Bye bye.
Still though, 9 with double
Sentinel
Sentinel on attack is crazy.
It's a
That's a
silver
lot.
lining, Mike, and it ain't much.
No, it really isn't. 3 rounds.
Sadak,
Carmine
why is he
Court gonna
constantly
come out
playing
the second
Harbour?
half
K-Corp
swinging,
just
but
believe in
we'll
it.
have to
They just
hold
believe.
on to that thought and maybe see if
They've just been saying in
whether or not
chat
Carmine Court can
how
actually adjust
he thinks it's
accordingly
good.
and catch
Sadak's
Liquid
like
off
the
guard in
biggest
second
Harbour
half.
believer. Eng's a giant Harbour believer. They just getting over towards site with a deadlock, yeah. But that's why the double sentinel's like kind of nice on this map. Like even before all of the buffs, double sentinel looked alright. Where teams were just using the deadlock. I wonder if Liquid last time they played this comp they did a lot of C hits, man. I didn't even see the C site. That sport have you made? That's way too long, bro. No one's reading that. You guys still talking about the gorilla? Dude. Chat, that was 40 minutes ago or something. You can't be seriously breaking down if a gorilla can take 100 people, man. Just pick one and accept it, dude.
Well, it's 9-3. And as much as I wanted this to be competitive, Mike, I think we have to call it what it
Konyeli
is. Map
Mbappe,
2
thank you so much
in
with the
this
prime,
series
bro.
that is a
Thank
bit
you for that,
differently
dude.
laid out.
Nurok as well, thank you
Was
so much with the
exciting.
8
Bit of back
months.
and forth, little
Reese
bit
is
this,
a
little bit
noob.
that.
Honestly, that's probably the
Here,
best one so far. Thank you for the prime.
Team Liquid looks so
I'll argue
much
against that one as well.
stronger. They've got the approach down they want. And now they get to go into the defending half with 2 sentinels. They get like how much more do they need here, Mike? I'm a bit worried for KC now.
Yeah, that's
100 artists versus 1 gorilla. Dude, it'd be whoever gets gassed out fast, man. I saw Ardis trying to run that marathon.
To what they've demonstrated, obviously previously.
Chat, we can't let him forget that, by the way. He said he's going to try run the marathon when it's better weather. Like, surely it's better weather right now. Are we running the marathon or what?
They were positioning, maybe posturing forwards there, but Martin caught completely off guard.
And I love the way he can kind of play in front of the util from deadlock and then get back behind it. So there's no chance really of trying to springboard or even a pick from that if it goes the other way around. Oh man, this is thought out. Now, Camo New position, spots them out, needs someone else to take the attention here.
Whoa.
They're already crossing. Careful backside, they're
Oh.
on the way. Kiko, he's gonna be able
Dude,
to call it
how
out,
are
but
K-Corp
Mike
actually
still
going to come out on top
forced.
against that crossfire?
KC
Three-way
making
crossfire, they
mountains
managed to
out
get
of
out on top.
molehills.
That's
There's
nuts.
still a fight in this
You
to
could
be
tell it was a
had.
little bit not together
Galaxy
from
flag
Liquid.
down to 45. Serial.
Will, thanks so much for the
Chance
prime.
maybe
Thank you.
upgrade to the
Thank you for
Ghost.
the 19
Wanna
months. Says
give away
Reese
his
is a big
position
noob,
just yet, but
honestly.
Now with the Prowler, has to
Honestly.
deal with it. And almost
Dude,
looking as
Reese
if
is really good in
KC in a position to take 2 individual fights here. Ava's able to slip away though.
Oh my.
Oh
What?
boy. Well,
Well,
that's...
actually, Ava's
Is
in
that
a
not it?
reposition to make it so they
Dude,
can
they're
double swing
force
onto it, but
buying this,
both
surely.
Yeah.
Picked apart
Win the
here.
fight.
Yeah. Nats and Serial get the 10th round on the board for Liquid.
I don't know what you meant to say about that one. It's like they were kind of
Did he
doing
run and
everything
gun? Is that what
right.
he's
It was
saying at the end
flipping
there?
its way around a little bit, and Nats and Cyril won both their fights. But this was nice at the start. I like that beginning, but still, yeah. What more are you meant to do?
Yeah, because there's a moment here where almost one player passes
Ooh,
onto a
that's a
side, and
headshot?
Then the paranoia
That's
a
why
little
he's
later,
talking
and
about it.
It feels like
That's
KC
what
are
I
actually able
want.
to
What
get into
is
backside,
this?
find the success they need.
I mean, he
but-
got...
was like 2 seconds delayed, I swear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the reaction was 2 seconds delayed there. I guess the crunch that comes through
Oh,
that
they got a pistol.
Liquid is set up for, but regardless, it's Nats and Serial to seal the deal.
Yeah, here comes the force buy. Dude,
Investment
that's a
on the
lot
side
of damage
KC,
already
and
done.
Maybe looking towards changing
Oh,
the
boy.
pace slightly, but
What?
into the blender it feels like.
Yeah, head first towards Camo and Kiko. Lethal in combination and confidence sky high. Sugetsu does find Camo, but it's not without the cavalry now being rotated round towards the C site. The spike being picked back up gives them a window of chance here, and Sugetsu desperately needs to make something of this. 3 players to find though, Mike. It is extraordinarily hard.
And obviously, tagged up, does have the regen, but a stinger in hand, and Nat's already on the prowl. Yeah, he's going to probably win out this one in terms of range.
Very nice.
Headshot will land, and that's 11 for Liquid.
11 and they got
understand
a...
why the
I
investment
mean, you
comes
double
through,
down, I
but,
guess. You're force buying again.
With a Guardian
If
on
the
the other
C didn't
side,
work, you're probably
it
going B.
doesn't feel comfortable to kind of run it down towards C with stingers. I don't even mean run it down to be like derogatory, but they're looking to find an opening engagement. Even versus pistols there, you're never going to expect Liquid to be playing,
Were they eco?
you know, jump peeking that edge or contesting towards mound.
I'm just falling on the sword here, it feels like. This round you're going to have to suffer through, and even then you're looking at the purchases. Oh, financially, this is the hard part. They've got to just get through this. And look at that util.
How's the fire enemy? I think they sorted it out.
Yeah.
There was still... Dude, I don't know how many fire trucks they got in Iceland,
It's
but I
not
feel like
nice
all
at
of the
all.
fire trucks were there.
Massive cam up top.
There was only
Yeah,
2
these
fire
traps
trucks
are
when I
just
looked earlier.
Brutal from this composition from Liquid.
Here we go, now's the test of it, funneling them further forward. It plays in Kiko if they do try and cross through, but the clone going to take most of the attention here. I saw C's towards backside, but good luck, observers. Let's see if we get a kill. Not yet.
Ooh.
KC have started to fire up. They've divided the site into manageable pieces and maybe made something out of this. A 2v2 though, Kiko key in this. Still good HP and still a top fragger, but Sadak answering back.
Look at the
putting Kiko in
HPs.
the 1v2. Look at the HP though, Mike.
Oh, nice shot from Sugetsu,
They
though.
needed a savior round from him. And he got it that
Oh,
time.
dude, this
Like
one's getting
47
so
HP
close.
between the two
I wonder
of
if
them.
K-Corp need to... I mean, they're going to
I
full
think
it.
Camo takes a ton of
They
damage
got to full it.
in that engagement. See, actually, what we caught on the replay, what was the initial point here? Again, Patstek finds 2 here, and it feels...
I mean, at least they
we
both...
can
At least they
reset
both swung
behind
together,
that,
I guess.
but- Oh
But
yeah, those are the 2 that kind of
Fair enough.
sealed Liquid's fate. And Sugetsu was the one to throw a Guardian in the mix here, so...
Yep.
yeah, we got
doesn't
5
get
and
much
4
better than
come by
that for Hero
next.
Rifle.
Let's see how Serial
that's
survives,
so
if he
fast.
survives, 'cause you could see
It's a
the
lot of
pressure
damage
coming
done
through there.
already.
There
That
will
would have
be
been
a little bit
smokes
of
done.
util. Sugetsu cops a lot of damage though.
KC immediately retreat. Other side
Oh,
though,
God.
Liquid might be here to catch the rotation. Jumping, so at least a headshot in the mix. No trade
Gets
comes
out.
through, Yeah.
Gets out.
How was it like?
Look at
I was
this.
gonna
Dude,
say,
one
how was it like?
bullet.
He's still 87 HP.
I don't understand how that just happened. I really don't. And now they can't really react to it because look at this like impromptu
Yeah,
stall coming out again.
you
The
can't be
deadlock
getting
there.
away with
You're
that.
gonna have the util from Cypher split across B as well. Your really only option is that A side.
I'll find you.
And that's going to be relaying this information at least, but probably just tucked in the spy camp. Confirmation comes from Kiko, but how much
Okay,
of
the
that
one
is
pass
kind
on
of
fake, but
tangible
the
information?
camera's just gonna
This
go
is,
well.
though, now going to be able to
And the
identify
camera
is
can
a
hear him
fake.
running away. So the camera heard the
30
one pass
seconds
and
left.
opened the door.
Really looking towards Camo to mitigate as much
If
of
he
this
gets a
pressure
kill,
as
he gets
possible.
all.
Stall comes in, sees towards the back of the site. And Camo is going to be noted on the Prowler, so his job is done. He's removed from this.
Dude, they got
takes up
Omen
the
flashed as
mantle
well.
and controls the corner. A tap on the spike and it's an isolated fight. This is a problem. Elite can only get one. He's overwhelmed, and Martin was noted earlier.
Dude, this is
If
just a-
anything, Nat should be
this
able to
is just
keep
a
awareness.
diff on the
You
map,
look at
man.
the time, it is gone.
Liquid
A
are just way better on
miserable
this
way
map.
to watch that 12 get on the board. Nice consolation for Martin, but it's 12 nonetheless. KC
Match point.
gonna have to suffer now, held on this 4 rounds that they've only been able to collect.
Yeah, in case he had plenty of time to formulate a plan around what I mean, the intentions there with the fake. I'm not sure which point the penny drops for them. Very strange. I mean, it's a benefit being that Nats is still in a position, like I said, to confirm the backside of that fake. So there were a few
All right.
question marks.
8 chances.
Last purchase, well, assumed.
8
last
chances,
purchase
lovely
for
orts.
KC. Not writing them off just yet.
Yeah, they're so prepped for this though. They're so prepped for this though. And Liquid looking to try and end with a flourish, but it's not going to happen. Martin and Sugetsu win the fight out by Mound, and they try and progress forward. Leave the spike to be picked up by the others and trail that in. Let's get some space here. Let's get some security. But look at the ults as well. Paddytek's got his. Camo's got his. But Camo's not playing passive in this.
my
Gets
goodness.
swung on. Drive-bys by Martin. And oh my god, Paddytek, easy. This feels a bit individual. I kind of want them to tighten up some of those points there.
I think we've had a few instances of that, but
Quite a lot, to be honest.
see
Yeah.
if Serial can get something going here. A Bulldog, so probably gonna, well, I was gonna say looking towards one of those rifles in CT, but
No escape.
Oh, that's gonna.
try and get a tap
Wait, what?
on the spike as early as possible. Flash comes
I thought it was
through,
meant to go around
28
the.
HP. Yeah,
it was-
it's been
it was
made
way too
very
shallow.
awkward for him. Elite actually finds the
Dude, I
wall
thought they
back.
would have hit 2.
KC clinging to life. Must have heard me. It's not their last purchase. That'll be a big boom to the economy now. Probably get rifles across the board on the back of that. And plenty of
That was a great
ultimates. Just
flash.
2 away for Arvez, and that'll be the full house.
And to be fair, if you know, we've been kind of, I don't want to say critiquing KC, there wasn't much to say, it's more complimentary to Team Liquid, but something about Team Liquid as well is we want to see them tighten up a lot of the screws here as well. If we're looking at them as one of the playoffs teams or potentially an international team under a closer light, we need to see them not make like small mistakes. You know what I mean? Small mistakes. But now it's fine. They're at 12-5. I'm not going to hound them about it, but
Oh,
let's see what
spot
Martin can
3.
get out of this. Looks to try and facilitate this C take here. So Serial, a big test on his plate, trying to bound back here. And he does get away with his life.
Look towards Patatech, the one to potentially deal some
The
damage.
RRQ, yeah, pretty much similar.
Actually, yeah, a ton of Serial actually finds one. Martin will follow up though. 2 of his own.
Tell you what though, 2 ults. I'm not too sure about the.
We've got a couple sharers, bits and bobs.
I'm not too sure about the
Down
Vice
there.
ult.
There was room for it to
I
get a
don't know
bit
what their comms were
nerve-wracking,
like
but
in
no.
terms of the guns that they
keeps some
saw from
security
the
there
Aura
with
ult. I guess there was
Martin
one.
securing that
The one or was there
CT
2?
side. Now being worked back in on that Guardian, rattling off a couple of shots while Camo, he's on for it. Oh, he enamored by what he saw, a pixel out of place, but KC in control here. Better. Mike, couple of key steps now.
It's a lot of
Long way
ults
to go,
though.
but certainly a positive start here
Fnatic Heretics, yeah, should be
in terms
next.
of clawing their way back into this 3rd map. We come out. I was gonna say, yeah, coming out of that. What? It's 3 ultimates burned up. Sugetsu's the only one left, and Aves 1 away. I believe that was the case at least before. Martin already, I mean, halfway back to his ultimate, so with a 4K,
I'd love to see
obviously.
just like a little checkmate here from Liquid.
a
I wanna see
little
what it looks like. They've
default
got 3 of
pick
their
up
own
this,
ults, right? Like, show me a little
ult.
something.
Maybe feeling a little awkward after some of these losses. again, switching up the investment of some of this utility between Nats
Dude,
and
every
Syrian
time
as
it feels
well.
like this cam gets them so much value. They're like trying to create
Alves
pressure like
finds
they
that
could
missing
have
piece of the
walked
puzzle.
out, making sure there's no trip here, and every single time he's got a
Potential to
camera that just spots the info.
Clear
It's
out
pretty nice.
a large area
It's been
here on the
happening
back
all
of
the
that
time
with
as well.
KC.
C default into A, they gotta
15's
go
just a very well
break this wall or
invested
at least way out the
site
wall.
here, in terms of bodies, at least.
These are just this camera in general is like
To get to position himself
something
in
that
lurk, does have
the
TP,
liquid
so
coaching stuff are
can
very
rejoin
good
his
at.
team.
They probably
Drop
know
of
they
the
like
hat.
to create pressure over towards here, so they just put the camera primarily C.
But you almost want Sugetsu to show towards C here, because with the camera, unless anything drifts into C, it's actually a surprise to see Kiko over there.
Huh?
Spike down A.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just I didn't know where that
Oh.
happened. Then I was looking for it on the map, but okay. So man up already, and Sadak gone.
It's ambitious. Oh, but we had people close enough to hear that it wasn't actually.
Comfortably.
Camo nearly ran inside that smoke there after being revealed.
Damn, there's an incredible tail. And now what? They're forced into camo, or do they take the space after?
Everything into this, it looks like.
Dude, 15
And
seconds.
they have been rewarded. Liquid just putting the pressure
Dude, they had
on as
some
Elite is
nice
found.
ults on
Mike,
this
it was
one.
a messy
Hey, loads
end of
better on
things
this
here,
map.
But a 13-6. Liquid looked in
Cool
control
little
for the
cool
vast
little plays with the
majority
camera
of
as well
this
to
map.
spot
They
all the
really
C
did.
fakes.
We didn't see the same sort of adjustment, but like I said, it wasn't as black and white for KC to really address some of the problems.
Okay, so Liquid
that were
make
apparent on Ice
top
Dogs, to be honest
seed,
with you,
first
but,
seed.
just a
And
note
they're
as
one-
well, Kiko
one
and
game
Camo
away from,
once again having stand-up
Masters.
performances, Lauren.
What does that mean?
Yeah, they certainly
K
did.
Corp.
For me,
Let's have a
those
look at the
two
group.
absolute highlights.